What are the ramifications now for Queens?
Well, the Long Island City area where the headquarters was going to be situated has a significant amount of excess inventory that has been built. You're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 75% of the new rental buildings are offering concessions to keep them full. So the market is already oversaturated. I think what would have happened if Amazon came in the short run, I think you'd see concessions melt and the rents become more expensive in terms of what tenants would actually pay. But in reality, in many ways, I don't want to be cavalier, but it sounds almost like a non-event in the short run, because I think the impact, there was a lot of hyperbole thrown around about, we're already seeing prices rise and sales activity boom, and that really wasn't evidenced by actual data on the ground. So I think all we're going to do is revert back to what the market was before the initial announcement. In the long run, I think the damage is more measurable, but in the short run, I don't think it really makes any difference.
You mentioned rising rents, and of course, that's one of the things that a lot of residents had objected to with news of Amazon moving to New York. From the government side, from New York City's side, infrastructure is another obstacle as well, because if Amazon did come here, the city doesn't necessarily have the transportation infrastructure, the school infrastructure, any of that to support an influx of people. Is there anything that the city can do, that the state can do to put itself in a better position so that it can attract companies without raising the ire of residents?
Right. I think the first thing is from a transportation standpoint, is the choke point is, for those aren't familiar with the relationship of Long Island City to Manhattan, is the 7 train, which is a subway that connects the two boroughs. And it's basically a single tunnel. And already, without the 25,000 employees, in theory, going to work in Long Island City, it's already at rush hour really packed.
Yeah.
So have to be something done to alleviate that, and that would be over a long run. I think you have to remember that this Amazon announcement, in terms of the impact to real estate in this area, is a 10-year window. It's not, over the next few months. It really is a long-term window that the city would eventually see, additional tax revenues to upgrade things like transportation. The one thing that is clear, though, that if they came in, we would see the concessions melt, and that would mean what tenants would pay would likely rise.